ấy nhớ rồi á nó nó của cho nên mình chỉ ít tuần sai mong mua bằng sự ya tuần sai mong mua bằng sự ya ở đây mua bằng sự bây giờ tên là chỗ rồi sự đó xin tôi mua là luôn là giờ hay là nếu mua e-com business bây giờ ít tu editor là ít tu quan đông đầu mua thế chỉ ta lên đó xong nó cũng rong xong nó cũngยังít cho sự cũng là cái xong đông đầu nó cũng hayยังsang đó ít khó cái rồi là sĩ hay lưu ya lưu mi cái the speech cái tuần sai nó nếu mua luôn bề hoặc đem Bridgitte limit thọ nó nếu mua cầu xa xong xứ nếu nhớ đồ Minnesota thế rồi nó chỉ có nó nó khó để cho nó uo nó mà nó chỉ ra lấy cái lò dễ thì chỉ tạo TV hay hàng lấy uo Sunisa thế Aiden đó ya nó khó Sunisa thế Aiden thế Megan là cho nó mà nhớ cái lên cái lò dễ所以这lấy những cho TV sớm ở cho nên nó này bỏ họ rong lên tuần sai limit thọ nó cho nên muốn đan hoặc bed hoặc cái cần đau bed nó trên xe to xứ để là cú chỉ cho tờ nó khó để rong lên là hay nếu bộ boring xứ nè để giờ cho năng nhẹ nhẹ mà thiết chẳng trắng cho năng chi nhẹ để chỉ chẳng trắng vấn đề là bây giờ muốn chi nữa đó xa hay ở bên lò lù cho nên nếu luôn năng vấn đề bây mà muốn chi nữa tuần sai nó mà thầu mẹ mẹ này giờ tuần này rất sao mua dạo để cô chỉ một bằng số đó chỉเลยถ้า是mua ít thôi thì tuần này cô bỏ nó phăng chậu là cá thì này cũng nó để giao đi cha nó họ chậu là cá nó thì lợi nhẹ nó cho không thì này cô thì giờ mà còn son chai lên đó mua hai cái lợi nó mua bằng số hai lợi nó uo nó kia còn là bỏ thì giờ tu thế còn sót tâm mua trên nó lỏng để xin đó là để nếu cô họ tàu mình cho là sĩ sản liên công chúa nhá tàu để cho America nó hoặc the National American Miss tàu nếu muốn sản là nếu muốn chúa xong trên nó sản thì là muốn tàu tàu round là dân tàu cho cái sĩ sản thì nó yang cho cái tàu cơ thì nó sửa đổi từ miền Thái mình cả đó để ta lên đó thì nếu cô họ là một thì nếu chơi cầm đó hoặc the Heights Elementary nó nhớ rồi Saint Paul East Side để nếu cô là một tăng tới lúc công hồ là ít lúc club là một cái anti-bully club để thằng nó tăng tàu nó chỉ là kia tàu ít xong thì nếu cô tàu nhai thì nếu cô muốn nhau ốc đều làแต่是nếu cô chỉ cho chơi thì nếu cô sầu chân đó chỉ xong đó thì nếu ยัง ở bên trong đó là giờ là cái poem contest để nên chọn tàu này là cũng mua lụa tàu là publish tàu cho ít cho magazine thế để chỉ ta lên đó nó cũng trâu xe sang tàu còn tàu để làm một trâu tàu xin nó để này cũng cái high school để high school mà số lại cái bao nhiêu thế ta đó xin cho trâu xe cái để này bây giờ sẽ là cái ta high school rồi để thầu nó cái nó để cho ôn tàu giả thế nếu chờ tăng ilu chờ quân đó là ít học website này ít tu editor để nó quân hàng chân đó là thấy nhẹ nữa để beside cần đó thế ô lúc là luôn nữa nó cũng hơn cùng là lúc cùng hồ là lúc club speech nhớ cho Woodbury High School để nó cũng đó là ô tàu bé xong nó để xong nó xong bé để thầu cơ để là nó khả năng shit học để nó tàu một sĩ sản cho lũ lạt thiết lũ tết cho mình cả là do hạt thì region để nó có score để the highest score để nó rank number one là do nó yang là do mà để nó qualify một trò state debate state speech thế một trò national speech để thầu nó yang lên đó để nó cũng hỏi yang ít lúc kí cú do trò hồ là lũ rau vô berry nó để chỉ mà lúc kia cô nó mà lại cô họ chỉ là nhớ hồ rơi rồi nó mua sơ này ý cho nên mỗi lúc còn hồ nhớ cho Washington DC thế New York đó để là cô chơi phơi rồi cho tuần sai thua còn đó nhớ cho high school nữa để nhớ cho lúc đầu Woodbury nó chỉ mua auto dân để ít thôi Bridgitte limit thọ nó họ ít thôi nhiều mekas để cái cô tàu ya mà trong New York một lần cái lúc kia để cái nó mà trò lò để thầu nó trò lò đó nếu cô họ tàu mình cho là sĩ sản nhất cho Apple Valley cho cái speech nữa để thầu nó một sáng nhớ cho Apple Valley để cho nó cũng sao cho cái căng ở dân nhớ cho lũ lụt Minnesota nó tới một chút sáng thế giờ để nếu muốn sáng cho đỡ cũng mua liền ở tới lần thế cho cái căng ở dân the region to một state đó để thầu đó để nó cũng họ tới một chút sáng nhớ cho Missouri lỡ sai Missouri mà vì hạt tiền lũ lụt nhân ra là cũng mua và nhau hộp lỡ để chờ mekas nó vậy để ta nó chỉ cho lũ lụt nó thì lấy tụi mình sáng tàu giờ thì là mua sao để là Hawaii là Alaska thì nhiều nhiều tụi chỉ cho lũ lụt nó thì là chỉ lũ lụt nhau hộp lỡ để chờ mekas thì ta nó cho tụi xài rùa cờ dân là giờ sáng dân nhớ tới chờ mekas nó tụi một con nhớ cho họ là khó cơ và nhớ cho họ Missouri là giờ là the national speech nó thì làm tua mua rồi là ở Hà Lan để thầu là sự sang thì là sang tàu event thiên ngô Bridgitte cô là một phong rồi cho top 30% ở Hà Lan đó để thì ít mình nhiều nữa cho lùi mong số anh muốn cho mình cả sĩ sang ở tiêu một cho level national là tới cho mình cả nó cho họ một phong rồi top 30% thế thì này những cái cần cơ khi mà lý cho là ship bằng bé cô cho nó share là do kia cho cậu y bé cho mình nhiều và nữ chỉ mua hộp pia nó còn nữa họ mua kiến chơi nữa họ thì mua cái chia sẻ có cho nên chỉ là cô khi share theo cô chơi cho và là cho mình nhiều ấy cho một cái đó chỉ là có chơi theo chỉ ta lên đó là để cho tôi ăn trái là có chơi để cho lên nó sao có chỉ bút xếp về là chỉ bé muốn cho tụi xài Bridgitte limit nó thọ thả xe nếu họ giờ tụi năng lý trả theo nếu họ cũng mua lù khi lý trả tụi tên mình tụi mình xài có là họ một cái chia sẻ theo. Hi Bridgitte.
Hi.
First of all, congratulations on your winning on debate team.
Thank you.
Before we talk about your debate team, we like to ask you a couple questions regarding you so people know a little bit more about you.
Okay, yeah.
First of all, we'd like to know your name, your age, and what city or state you live in.
My name is Bridgitte. I'm a 17-year-old rising senior from Woodbury, Minnesota.
When you were very young, you were a very shy girl, right?
Yeah.
And your teacher used to tell you that you're so shy that people stole your stuff and you just follow them, you don't do anything. Then your parent told you to change, and your teacher too. And when you were like 3rd grade or 4th grade, you started a club called Anti-Bully Club.
Yeah.
What makes you start the club? Did you get bullied, or you just want to help out, or what?
No, my friend actually was kind of the victim of bullying for a long time, and I wanted to create like a more positive environment at school, and I also wanted to help out my friend make more friends and just meet new, kinder people.
Right when you were 9 years old, you were entered into a contest called National American Miss, and you went finalist. And you not only went state finalist, you went all the way to the final 5.
Yep.
And then there's no first runner or second runner, just one winner. And then you made all the way. How did you feel?
I think as a 9-year-old who didn't really do much, I felt really happy. But looking back now, I think it was just kind of like a stepping stone for all the good things that I'm doing today.
After that, couple years later, you were about 12 or 13 or maybe 11. You entered some poem and you won like 3 contests and 2 magazines.
Yeah, I got published in 3 magazines, and then I won an essay contest with a publishing company, and my essay was on the school to prison pipeline in urban schools. And at the time, I just felt really like proud of myself because of how hard I'd worked at that point. But I was also 10 years old, and working hard at that point was just like writing for 1 hour. But yeah, again, that was also like an important milestone for my writing journey.
And now, you're only 17. You finished high school within 3 years. And you got into program with USC. And then you also won into Princeton.
Yeah, a summer program for Princeton.
Okay. You chose Princeton over USC. Why?
I chose Princeton because I knew that it's where I wanted to go for college when I eventually graduate. I love the East Coast. I just like the culture a lot more than the West Coast. I also wanted to like be closer to a city where I wanted to work, and Princeton, New Jersey is so much closer to the East Coast cities that I see myself working in the future. The West Coast, I love the weather, but I don't really see myself thriving there. I also don't see myself working there or enjoying it much beyond like the beaches.
You just won an award and you just went to Washington D.C., New York area.
New York City, yeah.
And what was that award and what's the name of the people that award and how did you win or how many people from Minnesota win?
Yeah. So I got a gold medal from the Scholastic National Young Writers and Arts Award. I got a gold medal in poetry, and basically, to get to the national level, you have to win a gold at the state level, and only 1% of all people who participate get to the national level and get medals there. This was my first year competing, so it was kind of just like a shot in the dark, but I'm really grateful for the opportunity. And while I was in New York City, I got to see a ton of people like Nick Cannon. He's actually a pretty distinguished writer and TV host. I also got to see some artists who graduated from cool schools like Yale and who have art pieces all across the world. Yeah, it was just a really cool and like humbling experience. I think there were about 20 other artists from Minnesota. I don't think there were other poets, but I know one girl at my school got in for sculpture. So yeah.
So you're talking about one girl from your school, and then you live in the city called Woodbury, and there's a magazine called Woodbury Magazine. They were trying to contact you, and did they contact you? Are they gonna do interview with you or?
Yeah, we interviewed on the phone last week before I went to New York City.
So that's like popular magazine or just local magazine?
It's just a local magazine for the neighborhood, yeah.
So what do they publish? Like people achieve thing or hobby or what?
Yeah, they cover a lot of like local stories. I'm sure they cover local events like school board elections, but I think also they were interested in my accomplishments because I'm from Woodbury, and they reached out to my principal to talk to me and the other student too.
And you won the speech, and you say in the region you're number one, in the state you're number five. Are those ranking or you win a position or what are those?
Yeah, so they're cumulative rankings from judges. I have to go perform in front of judges. So in the regions, I performed for 3 judges, and my combined score gave me like first. And then for the state, I performed for 5 judges, and I actually won 6th. But I think in the entire state, I'm in a category called original oratory, and I think in the entire state there are more than 200 people who do original oratory. So to be top 6 out of like 200 people is really humbling and really amazing, especially because I have like such cool teammates to get to compete with. And yeah, it was just a really humbling experience.
Okay. Tomorrow's the June the 11th, you're leaving to do your national debate.
National
How many
speech.
people from your school and how many people from the state going to the debate?
So my school and my state, Minnesota, we're a really competitive like speech state. I think most of the finalists at the nationals level come from Minnesota. I think from my school alone, there's probably 10 kids going, but just 2 people in my category, original oratory, me and one of my best friends.
How do you prepare for your national debate?
So for national speech, it's just a lot of practicing and saying your speech out loud over and over and fine-tuning the details. So like your posture, your punctuation, your etiquette almost, how you express yourself physically and also verbally. Yeah, and it's just practicing it until you get every little second right.
Okay. And so are you ready for?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
And another thing, a while ago we heard you also a founder of a website and you're an editor.
Yeah. Last summer, I started a paper editing business with my friends, and this past school year, we got to just like experiment with how running a business works. We worked with advertising and social media promotion, and last summer, actually, we got 30,000 views on one video. It was really cool. But I don't think the entrepreneurial life is for me. It was just a really fun experience, though, to be able to run my business and do what I liked, which is writing and editing.
So is it just a two-person operation of that website? Just you and your friend?
No, it's actually 3 people, but yeah, the website is like defunct now. We don't really use it. Yeah.
Okay. So when you say you're editor, somebody submitted something to you and you're editing for them?
Yeah, we just correct like grammatical errors.
Are you charging them or you just volunteer? And
No, yep, it's a business, so we charge them for our services.
so you make some money from there?
Just a little bit, yeah, nothing too serious though.
Well, that's pretty good for a 17 years old. Are your friends same age as you, like in high school or?
Yep.
Okay. So your website is still active and you still working the tool?
It's active, but we don't get as many customers as we did. And yeah, right now we're just kind of taking it one day at a time. We're not like super focused on our business because I have speech and I know my friends are trying to expand their hobbies too. So yeah.
You want to tell people your website so like maybe the Hmong kid, maybe they can look up to you or maybe they need advice or maybe they need something to editing?
Yeah. If you want to get some editing help, then you can go to fixitwriting.com, FICSITWRITING.com.
Thank you. Well, we wish you the best of luck and we hope you win in the national, but even if you don't, we're still proud of you because not too many Hmong people are going, so we don't know how many people will be there with you. But this year is a good year for Hmong people. We're in the Olympic, we're in mayor, we're everywhere. So now you're in the debating.
That's right, yeah.
And you're probably the one of the first, so we wish you the best of luck.
First, but not the last. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say to the younger kid to encourage them to explore things like maybe different field instead of following Sunisa or following you or following whoever?
Yeah. So to make your own future your own and not to follow in somebody else's footsteps, you just have to embrace what makes you happy and really find like your niche and what gives you inspiration. For me, that was reading books and finding time to craft my own stories. And I think for Sunisa, that was just like honing her skills in gymnastics. Do what makes you happy and yeah, carve your own path. Be different. Be yourself, most importantly.
Well, that's very good advice of you. And did you know your grandfather was a civil rights leader and he's a well-known in the Hmong community?
Yep.
And what's your grandfather's name? Right?
Yep, that's him.
Okay. And last but not least, the conversation is all in English. Can you speak Hmong? Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you for your time and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Để trở lực bên nhà của mình chỉ Bridgitte mình thao lo nó ya. Để qua lên đó nó ya ít hơn sai sự đó xin nó bằng sự cơ nó rồi là nó mỗi ít là lúa nó rồi là nó cũng mình ra là sĩ sang lên đó